All right. We're still not there. Oh, we're there. Hey,
We're on?
we're there. Yeah, we're on. We're
Hey.
on. I don't know what happened, but Discord decided to do an update while we were like in the countdown. So we're here, guys, but bear with us. Bear with me for 1 second.
We're bearing, man. We're
Oh
bearing.
my God. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I noticed you changed the scenery of your backdrop.
You like it? But
I
this
do
is the
like
real
it.
scenery.
It's very retro.
It'll just be, you won't be able to see our faces for a second, guys, but we will be right in. It's very retro. I said everyone's going to see it. They're going to love the WOG doors.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You don't really see LED light much these days.
No way.
Is that what
Mine
they
will
call
not.
Is the windows called LED light? Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
mine will not is a lead lighter.
LED lighter.
Yeah, I loves it.
Yeah, how many LED light windows I've broken in my time by accident?
Oh, yeah.
And I'll get
All right.
credit.
Chris C says John's hat looks nice. He says maybe go Skype, but we're finally back, guys. You should be able to see us. We had that issue with Discord. Wouldn't be a show without having a bit of issue here and there. But like we say, if you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. We're gonna get straight into it. Johnny G, how you doing, man?
What HFD top is that one? Is that the long sleeve black?
Yeah, it's like just like a jumper, like a
No
know?
hoodie?
Nah, not a hoodie.
See, I want that with yes.
Yeah, you can get it. What with
No.
the logo though?
Yeah, well, we'll get the logo.
Yeah, that's why. Ronald Rose says Johnny G and KP, hi, my favorite YouTube. How are you? See now,
Hey,
Ronald, I got something to take up with you, man. When we're watching Hereditary, you can see me and John side by side now. There's no way we look alike.
No, we don't look alike, man.
We don't look alike. But everyone's here. Everyone's loving it.
I'm wearing a robe. It's very cold, man. It was a cold day in Adelaide, man.
It was cold, man. I got up this morning to take my dad to the airport, and the car was frozen like ice.
It was 2 degrees or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it said 2 in the car, so
Far out, man. Yeah, I was
yeah.
freezing.
Have a good stream, CP and June. I'm sure he means KP and John. Say you're Ryan. Is that Ryan? Is that your mate Ryan?
ZP in June. So you're KP and I'm June.
That's right. So everyone's here, but yeah, Ronald's here. Footini says hello. Hey, Footini. So, but straight into it.
What's up?
Straight into it. It's in the heading. Onana, here we go. From the little Italian man. Not Mario. Fabrizio Romano. And we know when he says here we go, it's done, right?
It's done.
So what are your thoughts on that, man? Onana is done?
Yeah, it's going to be like a whole new dynamic for United with this keeper, you know what I mean? We're so used to the gear for 12 years. Now we're going to have this new keeper come in and obviously it's the same position, but he's a lot different than De Gea in the way that he likes to be a bit more eccentric, a bit more involved in the build-up play and come off his line a lot more. So it's going to be a different look altogether for Man United this year, and I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, well, I saw this stat today. Apparently, his save percentage was the best in the top 5 leagues. So second was Courtois, third was De Gea, I think. So obviously shows he's a good shot stopper as well. And we all know about the reason Ten Hag's getting him is Ten Hag managed him at Ajax. He's the one that taught him this, playing out from the back. But as everyone's saying, he's amazing at playing out from the back. So like you said, it's going to be a completely new dynamic, but it's going to be weird just seeing a different keeper in goals, I reckon. Like we've seen that 12 years is at United. So
I mean, I feel like every keeper's got mistakes in him. So
he'll make mistakes. It's no doubt about it.
The first year is going to go, and if he makes a few blunders here and there, people will be like, "Well, De Gea wouldn't have done that," or you know what I mean. There'll be stuff getting said like that. So. it's inevitable, but Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see the new look United. Really.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be good with him there. Like you said, new look United. I think he'll get the best out of Varane and Martinez. They're ball players as well, and we're going to be able to play even higher up the field now because we're going to have a sweeper there pretty much, which is really good. And, we've got proactive fullbacks in Shaw, Malacia. I was about to say what we call him, but and Delo and Wan-Bissaka on the other side. So we got proactive like fullbacks as well, which is good. I think we look good back there. Like obviously you get injuries and that, but I think Lindelof did well when he come in. The only glaring one is Maguire. Apparently it's come out today, so we're going to talk about that as well. That he has been stripped of the captaincy. He said it. He goes, I've had a chat with Ten Hag, and I think he put it on Twitter. He goes, and he's instructed to me that he wants to go with a new captain. He goes, I'm disappointed, but I'm going to continue to give my all, etc., etc. But so obviously he's not in his plans, is he? He's pretty much fourth choice centre back, considering Ten Hag was playing Luke Shaw as a centre back ahead of him. So besides Maguire, I think everything looks good back there. But we're going to have to get another keeper, aren't we? We can't. The way I see it is, you can't bring in Onana, who is a ball playing keeper. It would be like keeping De Gea as your second choice. You can't keep like Tom Heaton as your second choice now, because then if he has to play, you have to play completely different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. They're talking about is it Suzuki?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah,
is that his actual name from?
Yeah, I think so.
Suzuki, yeah. So we're hearing. I've never seen anything about him, but I'm hearing it's sort of a cheap $5 million deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Maguire thing, I question Maguire's ambition if he really wants to stay at United. Is he just one of those mercenaries now that's just going to stick around for a paycheck? And because obviously, like you said, fourth or fifth choice centre back, stripped of captaincy, so you sort of like take a hint. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think he's unwanted by Ten Hag, but by all reports, Maguire's fighting for his spot in the team. He doesn't want to leave. I think he should go for the best of his career. I think West Ham, if that's a real link. And yeah, obviously we need that second keeper to go. It's going to be. We haven't had this happen before. Like a whole new dynasty of keepers just come in.
No way.
So Ten Hag has really made some big changes at United, and yeah, look, it reminds me of when Pep Guardiola went to Man City. He gave Joe Hart that 1 year and then axed him, and then made some big changes with that squad.
Well, he brought Bravo in for a season from Barcelona. Didn't like him, got rid of him. So he got rid of Hart, got rid of Bravo, then got Edison. So he, took his chance getting him. Like, you're spot on when you say it.
Yeah, so he's making big changes. So I'm all for it, and I'm excited for the season. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it'd be good. I agree with what you said. Just staying on United for a little bit. That I question his ambition. If he wants to stay at United, like they're talking about this Colwell that was at Brighton, and obviously Brighton had an amazing season. He was on loan from Chelsea. Everyone is saying, listen, he's the way Southgate is. He likes picking players from England. He's going to take your spot if you're not playing. So. Doesn't he want to go play? He's got a national tournament next year. He's 31, so he's not a spring chicken. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Like, I said that about Harry Kane. Like, I question Harry Kane's ambition if he doesn't ask to leave Tottenham, and I question Maguire's ambition if he wants to stay at United. Like, it's crazy, really. But in that's the big updates we've had for United this week, and apparently they're saying Højlund is next. So United need a striker. We've said that. We've been saying that since day dot.
Are we allowed to congratulate Mason Greenwood on being a father, or is that too much?
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I'm sure you are, because it's not. You're allowed. Of course you are. But I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
It's quite the story, you know what I mean?
Like, it is. It's huge. I just think the problem with him. Go.
Sorry, yeah, it's the first thing he's posted on his Instagram since it all come out. Just
I know.
him and his partner, the one that allegedly against
Yeah.
him, and the newborn and the new. Good on him. He's a father, and maybe he's going to be a bit more mature as a father, as a human being, really. And both of them, to be matter of fact. So
I think we talked about this already. What's killed him is that he's in England. If he was in America, Italy, or something, he would be playing again now. And whatever, like I said, sports fans are fickle. If he played for Man United tomorrow and went and scored a goal, they'll cheer him. But it's the other fans, the media, they'll rip him. And so, I think he should go out on loan. Maybe try swap him for Hoyland, like on a loan deal. Don't get rid of it. Do a loan swap. Just see how he gets treated. Whatever. But apparently there's been a few other things for United. Apparently there's been a bid for Fred. Some Saudis want him. Fulham want him. They don't want to pay 20 million. I don't know. But that's about it for United at the moment. But I can go on to what we talked about a bit more last week. We talked about Arsenal. So Declan Rice has been confirmed now, and Jurriën Timber has been confirmed. So Arsenal, a team that finished above Man United, have already, and I'm not saying they're amazing, like they've already signed Havertz. For me, isn't the best signing, but they spent 65 million on him, 105 million on Rice, and I think 50 something on Timber. So are they is that improving them? I think Rice improves them. I don't know about the other two, but
they've spent over 200 million already in the window. All accounts, rumours are that they haven't stopped. They might bring in some more, but that's interesting to know from Arsenal. They don't normally go that big. Look, they've got a player in Declan Rice. Well, I'm not sure how old he is, 24, 25.
Same as Mount. I think he's the same as Mount. They're like, because they're best friends.
So, he's they're gonna have Declan Rice for his prime years. He's gonna be their, pretty much their anchor, their general in the midfield.
Yeah.
So look, I'll take Rice. I probably would. I think Havertz. I'm not. If I'm Arsenal, I see Havertz as like a rotational player, not a starter at the moment. And obviously, Jurriën Timber was linked heavily with Man United last season. I think we really wanted him. I think even the fans really wanted him until we got Martinez and realised how good Martinez was. So, is Timber better than Martinez, seeing as Ten Hag wanted him first? But time will tell. But look, Arsenal, they've spent some money. They're obviously going to have a crack at the title. Have they bridged the gap? I probably think not yet. I think Man City is still the favourites there. But look, Arsenal, they're going in the right direction. They're making good signings, I guess. And I think a lot of Arsenal fans will be very excited with the signings they got.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, I agree. They definitely haven't bridged the gap. But, the thing is, have they bridged the gap to Man City? Probably no. But are they stepping away from the others? And I mean, I'm a United fan saying this. I mean, I don't know. We've signed 2 players. Where does that put? Like I said, it's the Rice one is good. Timber, I don't know. Timber and Martin is a sort of similar. I think they're the same sort of profile. He's right footer. They played together in centre back, so he's not. I don't know if Arsenal are getting him to play right back instead of Ben White, or if they're getting him to play because he plays Gabriel and Saliba. And Timber's a right footer. He's not going to take Saliba's spot. Is he going to play him on the left as a right? I don't think so. So
he'll play on the right. You could be right.
Yeah, he might play right fullback, or rotate right fullback with Ben White. I don't know, but those two don't make them crazy better. And Declan Rice, I don't know how much crazy better that makes them because they've lost Granit Xhaka and Partey's going to go, and he was. They both had good years, really. So
yeah, they did.
I think everyone's freaking out because it's a lot of money, but how much better it actually makes them, I don't know. But a few of the chats. Ronald says, Johnny, can you please stream Richmond versus Hawthorn this week?
What day is that on?
No, I don't know. But that's what Ronaldo says. Chris C says Spurs should keep Kane. We'll talk about that in a moment, big man. Jimmy says, be interested to see how Tottenham go in pre-season. We all know Jimmy is number 1 ticket holder at Tottenham now. And Rob says coaches seem to be selling their crappy defenders, and I think that's true. Like it's funny now with the Saudi Arabia thing. I think if you can cash in and get some good money for some shit players, like as a club and a manager, you'd be doing it, wouldn't you?
Now, these Saudi thing is it just one team buying them up, Al Khalifa?
Nah, that's what I thought. I agree on that.
I'm like, is that the league or is that one club or what's going on?
It's that's that big the one that Ronaldo's at, but there is other teams. I think they all sound similar. That's the thing. They've all got this Al Ali or whatever it is. I'm not sure of the pronunciation, but
just before we went live, I saw Riyad Mahrez getting linked to Al Ahly.
Yeah.
Could be another.
I saw that for 30 million apparently. Like, man, I'd take Mahrez, and I'm a United fan. Like,
he'll play first team for most teams in the Premier League, but he's just a backup for was it Grealish and whoever else is on the right.
Yeah, well, Rob has said here, like what you're asking. That's what we're saying, Rob, though. They keep saying the teams because he's saying, I think they're saying it's the league that's buying him. That's what Rob's saying in the chat because he's going Steven Gerrard is coaching. But what is that the name of the league, Rob? Can you tell? I don't know, he'll tell it. And then Rob says Sergio Busquets also signed to Inter Miami with Messi and Higuain. Oh, my God. Inter Miami gone. Apparently, this is another one we can talk about Premier League. Brentford signed David Beckham's son from Inter Miami, but I don't know if he's to play first team.
How old's David Beckham's son?
It's the eldest one, so I'd say 21. Like he's, 20 maybe, 21.
We would have known if he's a good player by now if he's that old.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, he's been playing in MLS, I think, but I don't know much about him, so...
But there's so many stars, like, just said Busquets going to America, but it seems like a lot more just leaving the European leagues right now. So are they just cashing in? And some are leaving late 20s like that. Is it Neves from Wolves? How old?
He's 26, isn't he?
Yeah, 26. He's gone to Saudi Arabia. So.
Oh, no, it's crazy. Ronald says it's 22nd of July, Saturday, 1:45. Saturday. Richmond Hawthorn.
No, I can do a stream on Sunday lunch. I think Chris might be free for that one. Big man Chris C.
He said he might try, but he's going to the Port game Saturday night, so he can't.
No, I've got night shift. I've got night shift, Ronald, but maybe Sunday afternoon game I might be able to do one.
Yeah. So Rob said it's the 18-team Saudi league. Yes, most teams start with like AL. So they're saying Al this and Al that. You don't know who they're talking about. Like most of them all start with the same name. There you go. So Rob's confirmed that for us. But there's another one. Rob sent me a message before we went live, and he said apparently that they've talked about it. Martin Tyler confirmed the pronunciations of that new Liverpool player is pronounced Soboslai.
Soboslav.
Soboslai, like Sly Stallone. Soboslai. Yeah, or Sobosli, like that. Something like that. So it's Sobosli, So at least we got that. Thanks to Rob, we got that down. We can actually pronounce his name almost correctly.
I'm looking forward to hearing him in the commentary at the Premier League Open.
Can you imagine? Martin Tyler will get a spot on. That's the thing. So that's good. Soboslai. It's a tongue twister, man.
Yeah.
It is, man. Soboslai. But yeah, so in touching on them, there hasn't been any new news on them. They've obviously signed him, Soboslai. We'll get it right since we've said it. But apparently they're in for Lavia. And Henderson went to Saudi Arabia. So that's one.
And Fabinho as well?
And Fabinho, apparently, they've bid for him. So obviously Klopp knows, we've talked about it every week so far, that was their weakness. He's trying to strengthen that. To me, at the moment, I think they're second favourites already. That's
I think they want to play the Amrabat as well. I hear that.
Yeah, apparently they want Amrabat that United are linked with. So I don't know what's going on there. If I was United, I'd be going for either of them. Lavia, Amrabat, just Chris C says no, you can't, John. You're saying you can't stream that game
on Sunday.
Oh, no, what he's talking. We must be talking about the Saturday one.
Well, Sunday's his first day shift, so he'll have to set it up from work for me.
Yeah, okay, all right. Well,
Yeah, Liverpool. I
yeah.
agree,
So
man.
Liverpool, not they haven't moved much more, but apparently they're trying to get more midfielders. I think Reborn put it in our Discord the other day. I bring the chat up. He was saying the news in England was, what did he say here? I'll read it. He
They don't
put it
really
in
need
our
attackers,
Discord for
do they?
us. What's that?
They're pretty stocked up in attackers, Liverpool, I think.
Yeah. He said, here we go. He goes, with Fabinho and Henderson going out, apparently we are looking at Phillips, Amrabat, and Gravenberg. And I said, that's what I was saying. Like, I thought Ten Hag would go for Gravenberg. You know, had him at Ajax, not really working out at Bayern Munich. But apparently Liverpool want to go in for Barella. But they want big bucks for him. Like, and I don't know if Liverpool can afford that. But,
Mm.
you know, he's definitely reinforcing the midfield. And like I said, for me at the moment, I reckon they're second favourites, man. Without the Champions League, listen, not going to say Klopp's not going to take it seriously, the Europa Cup, but does it mean as much to him as the Champions League? I don't think so. Whereas he's going to go hammer and tongs to that Premier League, and do
Well,
I want them to win it? No, I don't want them to win it, but
I think McAllister's a better signing than Havertz and
way better. Yeah.
and Szoboszlai, you know, he could match up with Rice, but you'd probably say you'd take Rice, well-known Premier League player.
Yeah, I agree.
But,
For a Premier League team, definitely you're spot on, I reckon.
but Liverpool making good business, man. They're paying good money, and yeah, they're getting it done.
Jimmy says, which goalie is United traveling with? That we talked about at the start, Jimmy. They just signed Onana from Inter Milan for 55 million, I think they said. So that is done. There's no tracking there. Don't know. Not sure if it's Euro. I don't know. Could be euros, I reckon. 55 million euros. So, and I mean, he's only been at Inter 1 year, hasn't he? I don't think he's been there long. 1, 2 tops.
I think it's the 5th most expensive goalie ever, I think.
There you go. What was the most, did they say?
Keta, I think.
Oh, yeah, Kepa. Sorry. It would have been Kepa,
Courtois,
Allison, and then Allison, yeah. Yeah, it would have been Kepa, Courtois, Allison, and
There's someone else. I'm not
who
too
knows,
sure.
someone. And yeah, so we'll go on to Tottenham for Jimmy and Chris C. Since Jimmy and Chris C support the same team now, we'll talk about Tottenham for them. But as it stands, the Bayern chief has come out and said Harry Kane wants to come to us. I don't know if he's saying that just to, you know, ruffle feathers, whatever. But like I said before, if I was Kane, I'd want to go there. And that's like, and I get the whole boyhood club thing, man. I've done it, man. I've played for my boyhood club. If you'd never won anything, you'd want to go, man. That's what I think. And fuck, man, as he's given them enough, hasn't he? Wouldn't you want to go and just win something? Like get a cup to your name, something?
I mean, go to Bayern Munich, you're probably going to win the league, you know what I mean? You're probably going to
Yeah.
get silverware. You're going to probably have a fair crack at the Champions League. I don't know what's the record now for the Premier League. How many's got to chase down Shearer?
263, is it? 263 or 268? Something around there. 260 something. And he's over 200 because him, Rooney, and Shearer are the only 3 people to have 200. So he's over 200.
I mean, look, you'd probably rather trophies than that title anyway, you know what I mean? He'd probably prefer Man United come in for him, I reckon. But the prices Levy is saying is ridiculous for a 1-year player.
Yeah, I agree.
Does Kane have to be boisterous, you know, and tell the public he wants to leave and be the bad guy, or you know what I mean? It's a hard one.
I actually think he does. I think he has to. Yeah, I think he has to walk in there and say, like whatever he calls him, Levy. They offer this. Let's make an agreement. You sell me for etc. I don't know, like, but he has to. I think he has to go in there and do that. He can't just sit on his laurels. Otherwise, it's going to happen. What happened with him 2 years ago, when he didn't demand that to go to City because he was being respectful, so they didn't buy him. A year later, they got Haaland. That could have been Harry Kane winning a treble. You know, I'm not saying they would have, but I mean, he scored 30 goals for Tottenham last year, and they were what, 8th or 9th? So imagine him at City, what he would have scored. And that's 30 Premier League goals. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if the Tottenham fans would be upset with him if he did.
I don't think they would, man. I don't think they would.
They would understand.
I think so. And I mean, you're going to get 100 million for him. Let's say you get 80 million. You're going to get someone. Like, I'm not saying it's going to be as good as Harry Kane, but go get a young striker. Go,
you probably get Ramos from Benfica for 80 million.
Exactly. Go get Ramos. GT says, Ange and Spurs fever has hit town. There you go. Ange and Spurs fever has hit town, he reckons. Yeah, and then Jimmy says they actually have a decent squad. Madison was a good pickup.
Have they picked up anyone else besides that?
I don't think so. Not that I know. The Madison one is tricky for me, man. Like he seems to do well for Leicester, but then it's like he does well, then struggles. I mean, he's definitely talented, but how talented is he? I don't know. Yes, he robbed Shearer 260, Kane 213, Rooney 208, and Cole 187. The interesting fact I'll give you on all that, guys, is Shearer probably took 60-something penalties. Same with Harry Kane. Rooney took penalties. Andy Cole scored 1 penalty in his whole career, and he's 4th on the list. If Andy Cole took penalties, he'd have the record. It was out of the actual goal scorers, he was amazing.
If Haaland stays at City for 10 years, does he break it?
Definitely. I think so. Yeah, he would. He would. But I don't think he will. Yeah, every time I see that stat that Rob put there with the Andy Cole, shows how good he was, man. Like, and obviously we're United fans. He was amazing. Like, to not take a penalty, he took 2. I think he took 3 penalties in his whole career. Like, and have that goals is just shows how good he was. So
yeah, definitely.
Jimmy reckons Ange wouldn't care if he left about Kane.
No.
I think he would. From the coach's point of view, I think Ange would be spewing if he leaves.
It's going to be great to see Ange on the sidelines.
How good is it? It is going to be good.
We play him the second game of the season, so we'll get to see him up close and personal.
Yeah, exactly. Footineer says, hey, Johnny, we barrack for the same team in this football. Is Footineer, is she with us? She get Man here?
Manchester United?
Hey. We don't usually let Port fans in to the elite club, Footineer, but we'll make an exception.
She probably thinks I'm a Tottenham fan or something.
Yeah, she probably thought you're Tottenham. She said, yeah, there you go. She's with us, mate, United. Jimmy said what you said. He goes, Tottenham need defenders, conceded 63 goals last season. So, I mean, you touched on that already. When you got Eric Dyer, but they got Romero, man. He won a World Cup. So they just got to get someone with him, don't they? And maybe some fullbacks or something, I don't know. And a keeper. They need a keeper. Are they going to have this money?
Was Laurie still there or is he gone?
He doesn't want to play for them. He's like... So he won't play. So they need a keeper.
Yeah. If I was there, I'd be going for Rayo or something like that, from Brentford. But
yeah, I would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ronald says, why does everyone say Messi is the GOAT? Ronaldo is better. Each to their opinion, man.
I think that debate will go on for generations, that one, the Ronaldo-Messi debate. I mean,
think it will.
I think Messi's won a World Cup, obviously.
He won a Euro.
Ronaldo won a Euro.
But then Messi won a Copa America as well, which is meant to be equivalent of us. So
has Messi got more Ballon d'Ors?
Yes, 2 more, I think.
2 more Ballon d'Ors.
I think so, yeah.
Ronaldo's
7 to 5, I reckon.
I think Ronaldo's got more goals.
More Champions League goals, I reckon, yeah. Jimmy reckons they got a Serie A keeper. I heard that they got a Serie A keeper, but I don't know if they got him for a first team keeper. But on the, Tottenham have got a lot of work to do. We've all said that, and hopefully Ange can get the job done for them. I hope, I'd rather see Tottenham up there than Liverpool and City, obviously, and Chelsea. And
I think it's
even though traditionally I've hated Tottenham, but now I'll give them a. I think
it's wishful thinking for them to finish top 4 this year.
Definitely top 4 is wishful, but I tell you, if he can get, say, top 6, and if he can win a league cup, even if he can win one of the cups, mate, you have a statue. Like, because this is the worst team a Tottenham manager has taken since before Pochettino. So a good 10 years, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sort of got an aging song now as well. So
yeah, exactly. And Rob says Benzema's gone to Saudi as well, hasn't he? He has. He was one of the first ones that went. So
there's almost a book on how many people have gone this transfer window.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Remember when this happened a couple of years ago, or maybe 5-6 years ago with the Chinese league? But this is way more prominent, isn't it?
It's just, you said a Chinese league? Was that the...
Yeah, remember when that happened? Like Tevez went there and Oscar went there. But they've got more players this time.
Mm.
Fortuny said, I like Beckham. That's why I went for Man United.
Nice.
We don't care why.
Tell your brother to go for Man United.
Yeah, no, he just wrote you should go for Spurs. Chris, get out of here with your port propaganda, man. Fire out. But, yeah, so on that, like, there hasn't been heaps more, like, transfer activity. But I think I heard today Luton's first game is postponed because of something's happening with their pitch. So, poor blokes.
Someone chucked their rubbish over the fence or something.
Yeah, I don't know. So, poor guys. I mean, it's going to be good to see them in the league. But, like, we can touch a bit on what we know about. The other thing I had in the heading was Chelsea have signed a Santos wonder kid, probably they reckon the next wonder kid since Neymar that they've had, called Angelo. So, listen, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I've watched him every week and know all this, but I've heard he's meant to be really good. So, Chelsea are still splashing the cash, and they've sold a lot, man. Like, Koulibaly's gone. Pulisic, I think, is gone to AC Milan. Like, and Ziyech is meant to be going. They've sold big, man. Kante went to Saudi Arabia. Koulibaly and Kante both went to Saudi Arabia. Pulisic, AC Milan.
Kovacic to City.
Yeah, Kovacic to City. Mount to Man United. So they've sold, man. So the thing is, they've sold. That means they can spend. And they've already spent. How much did they already spend last year with it? They got a proper manager. Mendy, they sold Mendy, the goalkeeper. Like, I would have taken Mendy if, we couldn't get Onana. Like, there was a year ago, he got voted the best goalkeeper in the Champions League when they won it. He was the goalkeeper got put in the team of the year. And then all of a sudden, Potter and Lampard start playing Kepa, who the whole world knows is shit. I don't know how that happened, but, well, it's weird. It's just weird. So he's gone to Saudi Arabia as well. That's just crazy, man. Like Rob said it there, Mendy, like it's...
And they're going to sell Lukaku again. I think, how many times has Lukaku been sold for, man? Like
Lukaku, Manchester United bought him. What did we buy him for? We bought him for 70 or something. We sold him for 70.
Yeah.
Inter Milan bought him for 70 of us. They sold him for 100 million to Chelsea and still haven't paid us for the 70. So work that one out.
And now they're trying to buy Lukaku back.
And now they're trying to buy him back, but apparently Juventus want him now. See, that's the one I was going to touch on. If you were United, this Højlund thing is dragging on. If Juventus are looking for Lukaku, does that mean teams are going to come in for Vlahovic?
Well,
like, I'd go in for him.
They had another striker there as well. It was Vlahovic and...
Juventus have...
No, I forget now. But I thought they had two good strikers.
They probably did. Wouldn't surprise me.
But yeah, Vlahovic's a player. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened there. He started off like a house on fire with Juventus and from Fiorentina, but I'm not sure if it's worked out now. But
yeah, no, I don't know. But he's definitely a good player. Rob said apparently Juve's Chiesa is on the EPL shopping list. I heard it's almost hands down he's gone to Chelsea as well. So I don't know how many people they're going to sign. But I said this to John on the first show. With Pochettino, I worry about Chelsea, man. With no Europe, just the Cups, and he's got such a big squad. He can almost play a squad in the Premier League, a squad in the in the Carabao Cup, and a squad in the FA Cup. That's how big his team is. Like, it's ridiculous. And I mean, Enzo Fernandez got another 6 months under him, and he's a champ. Like, he's a great player. So Like they're going to be good, I think, man. I think they're
Yeah, I
going to
think
be
they're going to
pretty
be
good.
most improved really this year.
Oh,
They
definitely,
finished
man. What
10th, didn't
they
they, or 11th?
10th,
10th or 11th?
11th, so
Yeah,
they're definitely going to be better.
yeah. It's good manager Pochettino, and
Yeah, I agree.
he'll build that team up, I reckon.
Fortuny says, "How about Olympiacos?"
Well, I think that they didn't win the league. It was
But Bauer won it, didn't they?
no, was it Bar?
Or it could have been Ajax, actually. Could have been Athens, Ajax Athens.
Yeah, you know.
The Olympiacos didn't win it. No, they didn't win it.
No, they didn't win it. No.
They didn't win it. But yeah, so like we said, Chelsea, I mean, they're signing everyone, so
They're going to be improved. They're going to do well.
Rob says, for that reason, KP, I think Brighton, what is it? Brighton will struggle, no depth plus Europe. Yeah, see, I want to touch on them. Like, they've lost McAllister. That Colwell went back to Chelsea, and by the looks of it, Pochettino will probably play him. Apparently, listen, I watched him last year. I didn't even know he was on loan from Chelsea. I was saying, why doesn't Southgate take Lewis Dunk and Colwell? They played together for club. Take them for England. But I didn't even know he was from Chelsea. So he is really good. And he's got Fofana there, but he's always injured. But he's got players to play with there. And I think Brighton will struggle for that, man. Because they haven't signed anyone.
And Casito might be on his way out.
If they lose Casito as well.
To Chelsea, apparently.
Well, can you imagine they lose McAllister and Casito? That's yeah, that'd be fun. Ronald says, how come Ronaldo changed team all the time? Real Madrid, Manchester United, Juventus. Well, when you're a sought-after player, man, that's what happens. People put in bids for you. And
he was at Man United for a fair bit of time, at least 5 years before he went to...
Yeah, well, what did he come? Yeah, about that, 6 years, yeah. 5, 6
and then
years.
he went to Real Madrid for about that as well, I reckon.
Played longer for Madrid.
Yeah, but then he went to Juventus for 2 or 3
2 years, and then one at United, or 2 at United technically, and now Al Nassr, or however they're called.
Yeah, so there's been worse players out there. Trust me, there's been worse.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, that's what I said. Chris said Panathinaikos won it. I'm sure. That's what I thought.
Oh, okay.
I thought Bauer won it, but we know that it's all rigged there anyway. It's 100% rigged in Greece. 100% rigged. But yeah, so what did he say? Went for the dollars to the Saudi league, Jim reckons, for Ronaldo. Oh, listen, do you blame him? He's 38 years old.
Is the Saudi league televised anywhere?
I don't know. Not that I know of. Not that I know of.
It's almost going to be a watchable league with all these players going.
Dude, it's going to be stacked, man. It's so stacked.
I gotta figure out which Saudi team I want to go for.
Well, that's what Expressions and Robbie were doing. They were like picking their Saudi teams. And he's like, oh, Nazir, I'll support you to the end, Brad. I'll support you to the end, lad.
It's definitely starting with an hour, that's for sure.
Oh, definitely I'll go for Al something. So we know that for sure.
Maybe Chris C in the chat will tell me which Saudi team we're going to go for as a
maybe Zakal can pick our Saudi teams for us. Like he picks our NRL teams.
We need a HFD community team from Saudi. Yeah. That's our team. All the HFD community loves that Saudi team.
Yeah. Johnny G, why are you on behind you? Because he's got the stream on behind him, man. That's why. That's what Ronald says.
I love seeing the intro and
just leave it on. It's a good view.
I'm wearing a robe as well. I'm pretty cold.
Yeah, it is cold, man.
Can't afford the heating, man. The electricity prices went up 30%.
Dude, it was freezing this morning. Jimmy T saying not televised. It's not televised, but it will be. I'm sure it will be, man. That will change.
We've got our players there. They got to,
Chris C reckons we've got to go for the one Ronaldo plays for.
No,
they're a bit weird colour, man. I don't like the blue and yellow. It's a bit weird.
Find a different Saudi team as the HFD.
Yeah, where'd Koulibaly go or something like that? I don't know. Just find a different one, man. No. Yeah, I don't want to go for them. But yeah, so on that, there hasn't been many more transfers in, but so we can talk a bit about like our boys, like we do. What do you want United to do from here, man?
Oh, we need a striker, man.
Striker?
we got no striker. I've never seen
So,
us
what have
like
we done
in
to
a state now with no striker. I'm happy. I'm happy that we got the goalie and the Mount before the preseason tour, especially the goalie, so he can embed in the team. Get used to him.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of YouTubers been talking about it. It's good that Onana's gone on the preseason tour just to get used to his quick passing, because you're going to get balls you didn't expect when De Gea was a keeper. So now, look, I'm glad United had done some business before the tour, but we desperately need a striker. They're talking about Rasmus Højlund. I think it's a risk. He's only 20 years old to lead the line for Man United. Coming from Serie A, he only kicked 10 goals in Serie A. Honestly, that's just not good enough as a striker. In a top four squad, you want nearly 20 goals from your striker, don't you? So
I think you need 20. You need 20. I think you need 20 from the striker.
At least close to 20 at least. If you get Harry Kane's in there, you're looking at 25 plus. You know what I mean? Obviously, Haaland's a bit of a freak. You're getting 30, 35 plus. But look, if Ten Hag really wants Rasmus Højlund as a striker, and he thinks he can improve him, then all right, just go and get the player.
Yeah, I agree. I think you need 20 goals, because you look at even teams like Brentford. He won't get it this year because of that suspension and that. I mean, they got Tony scored 20 Premier League goals. And United had Rashford, who's a winger, But you need a striker to get 20 goals. But yeah, Rob sent me a message now. He said these are the Saudi teams. So these who we got to pick from. This is what's so funny. Al Tay, Al Hazem, Al Rayed, Al Tawoon, Al Halid, Al Ittihad, Al Welder. Then there's two that are not that. One's called Damak and Abria. And then there's Al Okdud, Al Sabad, Al Riyad, Al Nazir, Al Hilal, Al Fateh, Al Elifak, Al Kaju, and Al Fayer. So maybe we go for one of the teams that isn't starting with Al, just to be different.
I like the sound of Al Halal.
Al Halal. It's just halal. Who do you go for? Halal.
Hello.
That's the best. Hello.
Hello.
That's the best.
Oh man.
Oh shit. But yeah,
they're all going to one club, Al Ahly.
I know, man. It's so confusing. So confusing.
So every club is rich in the Saudi league, obviously.
I think so. I'm pretty sure. And the league is probably helping them, I would say. It's like a state-funded thing, I reckon. I reckon that Saudi, like the country, paid for Ronaldo to go there, not the club.
Is Saudi Arabia like a Dubai, like brand new city styles, like,
I'm not sure.
High tech and stuff like that, or is it just,
Don't know. I don't know, because they never let much out about it. That's the thing.
I can't picture what Saudi Arabia looks like in my mind.
Yeah, well, because we've never been there, and they don't know. You don't know. No one knows much about it. That's the thing. It's true. You're spot on. So,
all I can picture is hot. All I can picture is hot weather. That's all I can.
Yeah, it's like 500 degrees. But yeah, but touching on what you said, I agree. United need a striker. Like, it's becoming a bit of a joke now. We need to get a striker in.
Need a 20 goal, at least 20.
Need a 20 goal striker. What about? We'll end on there, man. We don't like talking about him because we're still salty with them. Maybe Rob can chip in. What do you see City doing, man? They bought Kovacic in. They do it. Apparently, City today told Barcelona they bought Torres off of City. What was it, a year ago? That Ferran Torres for 70 million, and they've only paid him 15. And apparently, City have told Barcelona, if you don't start paying the money, legal action is going to happen. So.
Barcelona's doing the dodge.
Well, they're dodging. So, yeah, Robert, he made a good point. He says new captains. It's pretty sure who's going to be the captain for United. We think it's going to be Bruno, even though Varane was captain the other day. I think he'll be vice captain. But who do you think that he'll give the captaincy at City?
I mean, probably Bruno. Bruno was the main captain when
I think so.
was on the bench and stuff like that. I think Bruno, he is one of the big leaders in our squad, is the one always complaining to the ref, always trying to antagonize the other people, So, I think Bruno's the right choice. And, I'll be happy if Bruno's my captain, actually. So,
yeah, I like Bruno. I think it's good.
Yeah.
See, Rob goes, rumour says that Ten Hag could be dumping Bruno as captain. I think that's to do because he had Varane as captain the other day, but I mean, he had him captain. He was captain for 95% of the games last year, but I don't know, like, stranger things have happened. Could be Varane. I don't see anyone. It could be Casemiro. Maybe Casemiro. I don't know, but
Well,
any one of them.
Casemiro really wants it apparently.
Yeah, any one of them I'd be happy with. Varane, Casemiro, Bruno. Listen, people might think this is far-fetched. I think in the future you could even give it to Rashford, but not now. But other than that, I don't know. City, I don't know. City, I could see him giving it to Edison or Diaz. I reckon Diaz he'd give it to. Someone like that. Someone at the back. Maybe De Bruyne. Might give it to De Bruyne, like he did with Gundogan. Someone in the midfield. You know, I don't. Who knows?
Who was the captain for City?
Gundogan, and he's gone. So
right. Yep.
So they need a new captain. But Rob says, what's happening with Sancho? From what we know, Ten Hag is willing to give him another year. Is what they've said. Is what Romano said. Does he get something out of him? I don't know.
We mentioned in the past that he's definitely looking over his shoulder this year. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like, it's sort of last chance for him. You got people, Garnacho, coming up the ranks, and
Diallo. I saw Diallo the other day. It was good.
Diallo played really well. Obviously, he's going to play Anthony because he bought him. And if you buy a striker, obviously Rashford will play off the left, and you know that's another spot gone for Sancho. So he has to really fucking pull his socks up and play well, man, to stay in this squad.
Yeah, I agree. Well, you know, I saw this funny thing, like this guy was talking about it in England, and they said 2 or 3 years ago, when he was at Dortmund and with Haaland at the same time, they were there together, I think he'd assisted 65% of Haaland's goals or something, and they were saying he was being spoken about in the same breath, developmental-wise, as Mbappe and Haaland. You know, Sancho was so hyped up, and I said this to you on the phone during the, like, what? That was the hype. What happened? The other two have gone on to, you know, they look like they're going to be sharing the Ballon d'Or for the next 10 years. What? Is it a Man United effect? Is it because he came to us and, you know, he's had 2 managers in that time? You know, he had, or 3 technically, because he had Solskjaer, Ranić, and now Ten Hag. Like, what's happened to him?
I don't know, confidence or just different
hard, isn't it?
scenery, or it's just a Man United curse. But I'd like to ask Rob if he would take Sancho and reunite him with Haaland at Man City. So,
apparently he loves him. They say Haaland loves him. Like, goes, he's the best favourite player I've ever played with. Because he, you know, but does Pep want someone that doesn't work? You know, he's got a bit of that stigma at the moment that he doesn't track back. And even Ten Hag hates that. Ten Hag, that's why he likes Anthony. Like, don't get me wrong, man, you know me. Mate, I've lost it at Anthony this year because, man, the fact that he can't use his right foot, I want to punch him. But
he was just doing
he goes for that work rate, doesn't he? I know, it's so... Rob goes, I swap him for Foden. Rob hates Foden.
I'll probably take it, man. I'll probably take it.
Rob
Okay,
hates Foden.
Just something different. You take Sancho,
Yeah,
you
I
take
agree.
Foden.
But you know what? He's dropped off a bit. Guardiola's a bit... doesn't like him as much at the moment either. So I don't know, is it the young English thing? Because second half of the year, they were talking about it. Grealish got in. Foden barely played.
Where's Foden's best position? Doesn't really look like a winger. Is he more off the striker sort of type?
I think he's an attacking midfielder. He's more an attacking midfielder. I think so. He's not a winger. He doesn't have that pace to beat someone. He's definitely like a 1-2, like a give and go type of player, I think. But I don't know. They hype them up, man. I think that's the English players as well. They hype them up. But listen, Sancho did blitz him. He was blitzing when he was at Dortmund. It's just hasn't gone to plan for him. And me and you, we said we're United fans, and we've said this since Alex Ferguson left. United ruined careers, and even before that, they've ruined careers because this is my worry for Onana. Like, being a goalkeeper for Man United is huge, and we've talked about that. It's arguably the most scrutinised position of any team in the world is the Man United goalkeeper. I believe that anyway. Like, it's so scrutinised. You know, going from Schmeichel now, I don't think any other position, like not even a forward at United, gets scrutinised like that. So, you know, I hope he handles it. And I don't
Yeah,
know. Yeah,
100%, man. Like you said, like De Gea, I've seen him have like world wonder saves. He makes this one little mistake, and then it's all over the back page.
exactly. Rob says Foden is best at attacking midfield, providing he plays for the team. Pepper's plan to move Foden alongside De Bruyne this season. We'll see how that goes. See, maybe he wants him to drop a bit like Gundogan was doing. Sit, you know.
Mm.
And that's what Rob is saying. Haaland loves Mahrez and Grealish because of their team first attitude, and that's why he likes Sancho at Dortmund.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I don't know. Like, listen, I said this before, so this is going back a couple of years. Sancho came to Man United, he was an England regular. He's not even looked at in England anymore. Donny van de Beek came to Man United, Dutch regular. David De Gea, before Ole Gunnar Solskjaer took the job, Spain regular. So, what happened in that time with, I love him he was a legend of the club and that, but Ole obviously just was not up to the job because you look at the proofs in the pudding, isn't it? Like,
100%.
there's nothing else I can say, really.
Well, how many weeks to go to week 1?
August the 8th is the Charity Shield, so 12th, 13th, I think. 13th, 14th. We're playing Wolves.
Wow,
United
less than a month
Wolves.
now.
Yeah.
We're
about
less than a month.
Yeah, just under a month.
Wow.
I'll go through it now quickly before we go off. We can see what we've got some fixtures coming up. United are playing Lyon Wednesday night
Yeah.
in...
Is that American?
No, I think that one's in Ireland first.
Oh, okay.
And that might be on Paramount. So if we watch it, we might watch it. I don't know. We might be doing the podcast. Could even try to do a watch along for that. If it's on there, I'll see. But if not, we'll watch it and talk about it. But we'll see what we can do. Might do a watch along for the friendly. Who knows? Go straight from a podcast to a watch along, maybe. But we'll look at these fixtures. So if we go into ours here, what do we got here? Premier League fixtures. So round 1 is Burnley, Man City kicks off. Obviously, the Charity Shield is Arsenal City, but doesn't mean anything. It's just the Charity Shield, but we'll get a gauge on something. So then we've got Burnley, Man City.
Friendly.
Yeah, exactly. Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, 9 p.m. on the Saturday night. So it's an early game. Bournemouth, West Ham, Brighton, Luton, Everton, Fulham, Sheffield United, Palace. Then the Sunday, Newcastle, Villa, which that's a huge game, I reckon. If Villa go to Newcastle and win, because I reckon Emery's going to do real good this year. And then Brentford, Tottenham. And then day 1, Chelsea, Liverpool at Stamford Bridge. On Monday.
First
and
game,
then
Chelsea,
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
First game. And then we finish the round. Man United Wolves is the last game, but Chelsea Liverpool, huge game for round 1.
Well, it's a tricky game for Man City to get first up away to Burnley. Is it away to Burnley?
Yeah, away to Burnley, the company. Club legend, ex-captain.
That's going to be a tricky game for City, I reckon, first up.
Yeah. Rob goes, looks like there'll be Friday night EPL games. There was last year too. It's just they were Friday night over there and it was like Saturday morning here. Like if you got up, I think it was 4:30 in the morning. It wasn't all the time. It was about 4 or 5 of them, and they threw you off because we weren't used to them. But whether they do that again, see. Then second game we got Tottenham.
That'd be a big game.
That'd be a big game. I think we've got
Tottenham's first home game,
and we've got Arsenal round 4.
Wow, so we got some big players straight up.
We got 2 North London clubs in the first 4 rounds. So, and it's away too. I think we've got, Arsenal is away. Tottenham, Nottingham Forest home, Tottenham away. Yeah, Tottenham away. So,
maybe some more watch-alongs this year. We'll see what happens.
There definitely will be. And listen, I didn't know that game was on Wednesday night. Me and Chris planning to do the podcast. So, I might try see if we can do it earlier. If I can get off by 10:30, I'll try to watch along for United versus Leon friendly. If it's on Paramount like it's saying, I don't know what you're doing Wednesday.
I got day shift the day after, but I'll see what
We'll
I can
see.
do.
We'll see. Yeah, I'm not saying it will happen, but I'll try. I'll try see if we can get a watch along for a friendly happening. That might be alright. I'll do United, and definitely there'll be. I might even do, like I said, I was looking at those.
The American times are any good? Like,
Yeah, see, I don't know the matches. Let's have a look. 6:30 a.m. 23rd of July. We're playing Arsenal. Maybe 12 p.m. United Wrexham on a Wednesday.
that midnight or
PM.
afternoon?
Nah, afternoon. And then 10
I
a.m.
could maybe
United Real
do
Madrid
that.
the next day.
I'm probably free. I'm free for that 12 p.m. one.
We'll see. I don't know what they're on. If they're going to be on, they're not saying where they're on yet. We'll find out where they are. We might do them.
Mm.
And then, yeah, so there'll definitely be watch-alongs. But round one, we're saying, I might try do, because obviously we're not going to do all Man United. It's a Premier League show. I may try do Arsenal Forest, the 9 p.m. game, Saturday, 12th of August.
I'll see where I'm at. And
Yeah, and if I can, I'll try do the Charity Shield the week before.
Mm.
Don't know where they televise it.
Is that a Paramount thing? The charity
Probably.
show?
If it is, we'll just log in and get it.
Mm.
But something like that. So I talk to Chris, guys, and I'll try do the Wednesday night, 10:30 p.m. We'll do our podcast. Maybe we'll do it a bit earlier. Get off, have a little break, 5-minute, 10-minute break, and I'll try. And if Johnny G obviously is working the next day, but I'll go on. Chris might stay for the first half. Might just be in the studio. You know, he might just stay here and we'll just do a watch along, just continue talking over him. Who knows? Man U Leon. Wednesday night. Yeah, we'll try that. It's all right. Roma versus Toulouse, 3:30 a.m. Ronald says. When tonight? But yeah. Anyway, big games coming up. Like we said, we can't wait for the season to begin. It's going to be much more to talk about once the season's on, but we're going to come live every week, bring you the transfers. Hopefully Man U can have Hoyland or something done this week as well, so they can go on tour. Onana's on tour, we love that. And just got Madison, we said. Arsenal got Rice, Timber, Havertz. City got Kovacic. But it's funny, everyone's saying United aren't doing anything, but no one else has done much more, have they?
We've done more than City and
yeah, exactly.
Tottenham, really. So
thing is, the other teams have just sold more. This is what we'll end on, man. I ask you this question. Because of our shit running of the club, and we can talk about the sale a bit. What the fuck's happening with the sale? But
oh, jeez.
Your
guess is as good as mine, man.
But because of the shit running of the club, we haven't sold the club, obviously, where we all want those parasites gone. Because of the shit way they run the club, are United players unsellable?
It's like they are, man. Like, we can never sell a player. We can only get rid of a player on a free. It's like, I'm sure other clubs give big contracts as well, not just United. So
exactly.
I mean, what's the problem? So I think we're just that incompetent as the transfer sort of group that we buy bad, we sell bad,
I agree.
We do bad contracts. It's like the whole contract transfer group need to be overhauled, really. And
they just need to be, when a new owner comes in, he just needs to walk in there and rip their contracts up.
Yeah,
so listen,
look,
you guys, see you later.
See you later. My group's coming in. This is like,
totally
we got football heads now, you know what I mean? So
like Pulisic went from Chelsea to AC Milan. You can't tell me Pulisic wasn't on a big contract at Chelsea. He would have been on a big contract. Of course he was.
Even
Kante,
all these players
exactly.
Getting 150 plus, you know what I mean? So
yeah, I don't know. I agree. It's stupid. It's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, so listen, we can't comment on the sale, like we said, because no one knows what's happening. Ronald says, see you later, I've got to go to work. See you, Ronald.
Take care, man.
Big Man says, great show. But hopefully by next week, we've got a few more Here We Goes for any team, really, and we can talk about it.
Yep.
But yeah, other than that, it's that's the update with everything. It's the big one was getting the here we go for Onana, which we are obviously happy about. Chris C says see you Wednesday. So tomorrow there may be a gaming show, guys. I don't know, not 100%, but definitely there'll be something Wednesday night, and I'm sure the boys will be doing some watch-alongs as of Friday onwards, and then we will be back. Oh, Friday night could be gaming again. I don't know. We'll be back with the Premier League show Monday, and we'll all keep rolling. But thanks to everyone for coming in. If you haven't, please like, share, subscribe. Final thoughts, Johnny?
Get excited, man. Obviously, the Premier League's a month away. I'm really happy to have football back, the real football.
Yeah.
And, it's going to be great, you know what I mean? And you always get that sense of a buzz, at the start of every season, that, that optimism that your team is going to do great. So,
yeah, big time.
Every time we start the year, you think, Man United's going to win the title. Obviously after a couple of months, we're like, let's try and get top four.
I tip them every year, and I tip them to win every game 4-0. So, Listen, hopefully, if I can, like I said, I've talked to Chris, if I can do the watch-along Wednesday night, we'll try to do something and try and get a watch-along happening for the first or second United friendly.
Yep.
And Paramount Plus, that's pretty easy. So, King of the North says, great show, guys. Thank you, Childo. See you Wednesday. Thanks, everyone, for coming.
Boys.
Like
Thanks,
I said,
everybody.
please, like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
See you later. Peace.